Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports, coming to you live here tonight, live from the old original Garden of Eden, where every day's a holiday and every meal is a feast. And if you'll notice, we have only three live participants tonight. One could not be with us tonight. He has conned somebody into filling in and doing the keyboard work for him. And so, anyway, Marvin will not be here tonight. So, y'all keep Marvin in your thoughts and prayers. I do not know where Marvin is. Marvin simply told me that it was some kind of prevarication what he told me, but he will not be here tonight. But you are tonight. You will be. You get the full dose. You'll get the full dose, the full load from Charlie Platt, from Floyd B. Lord, and from Queasel Erskine. And we're coming to you live, ladies and gentlemen. Don't adjust your sets. Don't adjust your
Nope.
watch. We're coming to you live. We're coming to you live feed tonight. So what you seeing is what you gonna get. Coming to you tonight, live tonight, ladies and gentlemen, from the old old Rocket Speedway, third turn on the old Rocket Speedway there out of Dothan, Alabama. Coming to you live tonight at Flamingo Boulevard, downtown Colquitt, Georgia, and coming to you live tonight out there from Thompsontown, Georgia, on that Thompsontown Road, heading out of Colquitt, going south on the Thompsontown Road. We all in the same jurisdiction. So y'all be with us tonight. We're gonna tell y'all some things. We're gonna give y'all our opinions, our viewpoints. Let me repeat that. We're gonna give y'all our opinions and our viewpoints, and we're gonna reflect and we're gonna revelate to y'all. So if y'all ain't up for that, go ahead and turn the channel and watch the rerun of the Country Music Association show last night. Y'all just get away from us, cause and if you gonna be easily offended, if your feelings is gonna be hurt, if you're gonna be insulted,
Leave.
down the line, go away. Ain't that what you say, Queasy? Move on.
That's it.
Move on.
Hey, that computer's got an off button just like it's got an on
Off
button.
and on. But Marvin didn't get out and do his business. He didn't do his due diligence as he should have this week, and found out about where our show is. But Floyd did. Floyd,
Good.
Okay.
the first time tonight, Marvin always he likes to hog all of that. See, he don't want none of us getting out there and trying to locate what these people are that
That's
get
right.
into us. But old Floyd got out there. Didn't have to go far either. Didn't have to go far. Queasley's kind of out your way out there anyway.
Good deal.
Yeah. And we all tonight brand new on the medium screen. He ain't got the big screen. He got about a 32-inch screen out there.
That ain't even medium anymore.
He needs. That's all he needs. 32 inch. If anybody can't see a 32-inch TV, they need they need to give him some glasses. But tonight, coming to you live, first time tonight on the 32-inch big screen, medium screen, we at Tunks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out my way.
You hear me, Queen? We at Tunks. Tunks toenail extensions. Tunks Novocaine free tooth extractions.
Ooh.
Tunks hat band tightening. And Tunks turnip green root rub. Tunks turnip green root rub. And all that.
Oh.
Oh yeah, right out there coming to you live out there. He's located in Thompsontown, Georgia. So y'all if you need a root rub,
Is that how close is that?
Man, that root rub that'll cure what's wrong with you. See
turnip
it.
green root rub. That'll get you going.
Yeah. And see, that's what's wrong with Marvin. Marvin was infirm yesterday. He was all sick and infirm. Now he had a miraculous healing tonight because he found out that all the preachers in his district and his denomination and his organization, they having a district-wide eating. Now, he would tell you that it's a business meeting, but I know better. He done had to drive somewhere So they having a district-wide eating. But Marvin was sick and infirmed yesterday, and if we could have got some of that turnip root fruit rub, that matter would have made things better because we had a situation yesterday out there on that Enterprise Road. I was talking to Sheriff Holt. Sheriff Holt had to send 3 deputies out there to direct traffic, Floyd. Yeah, because Charlie and all the rest of them out yonder at the creek found out that Pastor Thomas was infirm.
How'd he live out there on Enterprise Road? I think that his address out there, Enterprise
Yeah.
Road.
Enterprise, what I'm talking about? They sounded the alarm, and here they were. They was coming from near and far. There's so many cars out there that they had to block off Enterprise Road. You couldn't even go down Enterprise Road. They were lined up, and they was all them brothers and sisters out there from the creek was going in there to see about Pastor Thomas. So what I found out happened was he was all stopped up, when he couldn't breathe, couldn't get no air in his nostrils. And he could get it in his nostrils, but he couldn't get it down in his lungs. And so they was trying to find, who they was trying to find? They were trying to find Deacon Harry Nubbs. And they were going to borrow some of that persimmon oil rub he got. They couldn't find him. Mm-hmm. They couldn't find him. So the only thing they could do, and I didn't even think about the turnip root rub, but they went and they got him some at their Vicks salve. They bought some of that industrial strength Vicks salve. So they went out there and hit it where they all went in Pastor's house, and they got him and they unbuttoned his shirt and they just buried his old chest, his old bosom sticking out there, and they were going to commit to rubbing that salve on that chest. So they got that salve and they went to rubbing and and it kind of looked like, you remember how when you used to churn milk, it used to start curding up a little bit? That's kind of what it was looking like. That salve wasn't going nowhere, because that bosom and all was so big and so oppressive, it just wouldn't soak in. So they just got to rolling up on it, and it wasn't getting anywhere. So one of them had this good idea. Now I don't know which one it was, but they was all worried about, about the pastor. Now they said it was Charlie Platt. He done drove all the way from.
I ain't left.
Yeah, I know you're gonna deny it. I ain't
left the state of Alabama.
But they said Charlie done drove all the way from city, set a new track record from the Rocket Speedway, getting over here to see about the pastor. Got over here and they looked, and Charlie was down there taking off his socks. And they got to wondering what was going on. So Charlie got to taking off his sock, and them sisters went out there in the yard and they found him some sticks, and they started daubing them sticks in that Vicks salve, and they started rubbing it between Marvin's toes.
Come on.
In there because it couldn't soak in his chest. And so what happened, they got to rubbing it in, and then they got to rubbing it in his feet and in the bottom of his foot's down there. And Marvin was ticklish, and they tickled Marvin. He fell off the bed and broke his arm. It's the story I heard. Is what's wrong with Marvin. Let
me go back to the truth and nothing but the truth on this. I ain't going over there to help him, but Sunday, I think, is where this whole thing started. And I don't think he's off at some religious conference. I think it's more of a venture to slow him down some, because he was preaching a good sermon on how beautiful heaven is going to be. He got excited. He was running from one side of that stage to the other. That poor lady was trying to keep up with him for the live feed on Facebook. I thought she was going to go purity crazy with that little mouse trying to keep the camera up with. And all of a sudden, I couldn't see it from where I was seated, but I heard this big gasp. The sisters up front taking in air. It almost took all the air out of the auditorium at Crooked Creek. What had happened, Marvin almost overshot the runway and went down the steps, could have gone rolling like a bowling ball, if you know what I mean, into about the first 3 rows, kind of like in a wrestling match at ringside. And only you could tell us how many ambulances are available in Miller County, Early County, Georgia, because it took every one of them to put the folks that were tragically run over by Marvin on an ambulance and carried to a hospital.
That would have been a perfect example of a mass casualty incident right there. If
Hey,
Marvin was tearing out through there.
well,
But now,
you could
well,
go
that's
back
too.
and look at the Sunday service from Platt Creek Baptist
I don't
Church,
know, Floyd. That's
and
two
it's there.
stories now. One
That
of them is they
one,
rubbed Vic Sag down there between his toes and he got tickled and he fell off the bed. And the other is now I don't know which one to believe. What you think?
You can't get. Marvin don't share things with me like he
He
should.
don't mean
or
he.
me.
You know,
See, that's the first I've
claim to
heard of
be.
both of these.
I
Well,
claim, I don't
let
know.
me,
I claim to be kind of, you know, I try to be one of his mentors. You know, I try to restrain him. You know, from time to time, and sometimes he listens, but it's hard for me to communicate with him. But then when Marvin communicates with me, he prevaricates, and y'all need to look, I learned that word when I was in about the 5th or 6th grade. Prevaricate.
look it up.
It means it means to act or mostly speak in a vague and misleading manner. That's what
Oh,
prevaricate means. So if nothing else tonight, you've learned a few words, prevaricate. But
I
he
can
prevaricates with me. I don't know what he does to y'all, but he may get on another page with y'all.
basically the same. I got a question. I want to bring this to light early in the program, and it has to do with elected officials in the state of Georgia. I'm not making fun. I know how much Floyd loves our Secretary of Transportation and don't want to see anything bad happen to Pete whatever his name is.
Booty,
Y'all
booty.
got y'all got a Congress lady over there by the name of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Is that correct?
That's her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Firebrand, man. She lay it down. That's
she
the truth with Marjorie.
she did a voice type deal on a bill they were putting together, and it passed in the House. We know it won't pass in the Senate with that bunch of idiot Democrats, but she has in some of this spending bill, she has put it down to where Pete Buttigieg's salary be reduced to $1 a year. And they interviewed her about it, and she says he ain't worth 5 cents or a penny. But she was gonna be nice and give him $1 a year for being Secretary of Transportation.
Well, that's what
That
I was
sounds
going to say.
unnecessary there now, Charlie. I mean, he's got a child that he's gonna have to see after and raise.
That's
I wonder how he's gonna be able to feed and clothe that child on $1 a year.
uh,
I don't know about at least ought to put him on food stamps. They ought to at least put Pete and his baby on food stamps. And his husband, put them on food stamps if they're gonna take.
What about his husband?
Well, I don't know about him. I ain't never heard of him doing nothing, working or doing nothing nowhere. Pete don't do nothing. He don't do nothing. Pete don't. He ain't gonna have no intention.
Well, that's why he got his job. See, that's one of the qualifications for working in the White House now is to not do nothing.
Know
nothing.
Know nothing, do nothing, care about anything. That's all. That's what it is.
Yeah, he's fully qualified for the Biden White House. I promise you. There ain't one of them in there that's got walking around saying. But I just, I don't know. I like Miss Green. She does a good job. She speaks her mind and tells nothing but the truth. But I think Elder at least put Pete and his husband on food stamps if they go.
Food stamp.
Yeah.
They gonna take so the baby won't starve. I mean that's why they all on food stamps anyway, so the babies won't starve. So
let's give a shout out.
And
shout out to our farmers.
Get Pete on Medicaid and food stamps, and they can get the baby seen after at the doctor's office. And Pete can go in there and in the emergency room. they come running out there with the clipboard. What's wrong? What's wrong? I got a cough. Oh, well, come on back here to the emergency room. Let's write you up. What you got? Your Medicaid card? Yeah, here it is. Oh, yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, we need to do an X-ray on you. We need to do an MRI and a CPR and
everything
and everything on you. Yeah, you get you some soybean junior to rub on you. Whatever you need to. We need to treat you. But anyway, I'm concerned about Pete. Really am. I'm concerned about him. And anyway, I hope the baby don't starve on account of Miss Green.
Charlie,
ain't that the truth?
If I understand this right, so you are uncategorically denying that you did not rub Vic Sag between Marvin's toes.
You can take that one to the bank with all the confidence in the world.
Okay, I just was checking. I like to verify
Somebody
my sources.
somebody just checked in on my page here and wants a shout out to Goocher, Wayne Goocher.
Where's
And
he at?
finally finished those peanuts. Thank you, Lord, for a good harvest. So
Amen. Oh, he's
we,
hard, he's been hard at it too, buddy. Let me tell you, they ain't missed a day of working. That's a fact. These boys have been hard at it this time. They ain't had no break, ain't had no rain. Uh, they've been hard at it. They had a little frost come in here that scared them and kept them out of the field a day or two. But they've been hard at it. And they got these peanuts. These peanuts is about under wraps now. I'm telling you, these peanuts it's about
they're
a wrap.
gone. Yeah.
I saw my good friend Richie Jones. He put a deal on Facebook there, picking his last 6 rows yesterday, and he said afterwards the grand finale for 2023. But they're gonna get on this cotton now, so the farmers ain't through. All you folks out there that's just flying up and down the road and looking at your cell phone while you're driving, y'all still watch for them. They're gonna be cotton pickers in the road. And they're gonna be module trucks in the road. So y'all give them some space. Let them do the job, and they'll be out of y'all's way for long. And then y'all go play, do whatever you want to do, and they'll be trying to plan for next year. See how they're gonna make out next year. See how much money it's gonna take them next year that they can put together and try to make a crop, because that's what a
There you
farmer
go.
or next year. If I can just make one more, that's it. If I can just hang on, make one more. I know I've been there, buddy. That's the farmer's dream right there.
I got a question. If our producer director tonight has some pictures labeled that I sent over there, there's a couple of pictures of pieces of wood on the hood of a vehicle. If we have those, this is for Floyd B. Lloyd because that's the ones. Put them back up there if you don't appreciate that. Appreciate it. Just hold them right there. Now, this is something that I'm going to the elder of this group, and we respect him as our elder, Floyd B. Lloyd, to tell me what in the world do you think that is?
Never seen it before in my life to recognize it, y'all.
I did
Look,
not have a chance to look it up, but I'll tell you what it is.
it looks like a burnout cross tie.
Well, that, my friends, is a wood sewage line dug
Oh,
up in Sampson, Alabama.
come on.
Really?
That,
I know if I could smell of it. I know if I could smell of it, I could tell you what it was.
Even though it has probably not been used in several years, that was, I would think, the infancy of sewage being taken from houses other than a hole in the backyard, wouldn't you?
Ooh,
Yeah, that was
man.
before clay pipe, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
That is what that is. They dug it up in somebody's yard in Sampson, Alabama recently. But I
Yeah,
thought that was
that was
interesting.
a drain pipe. They were draining it off out there somewhere to a low part. That's how creative and innovative folks in the South are.
Yeah.
That's how we've existed as long as we have with as little as we've had, especially after the Civil War with what we had to deal with. But that shows you the creativity and the intelligence and the ingenuity of South Alabama and South Georgia and North Florida folks right there, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to say anything else. I mean, that's it.
That's
That
right.
tells the story right there. But yeah, if I could have smelled of it, I could have told you what it was. I know when I smelled a piece of wood in it. I said it was the outhouse door on a shrimp boat, and I knew what that was. I could smell something.
So how did you know it was a shrimp boat and not a fishing boat?
It was shrimp boat.
There's a difference, obviously.
We
Woo.
gonna get banned for this all over with. We gonna,
You think we is? You think we
some of
is?
y'all,
Okay.
some of you old
Hey,
time.
I wanna take just a minute to do something, Floyd, if you let me. I wanna send a shout out to our old buddy, our gardening buddy, our produce buddy out there, Charles Pickle. I want to tell you, he graciously every year, and he just done it last week. He turns his fish pond over to the fire department and lets us take every truck we got out there and do a mandated state required pump test. And he just turns it over to us, lets us do it, and whatever we need to do. And I just want to give him a shout out and publicly say thank you and let the people that's from Miller County and Colquitt listen to know that what Charles does, that is, we pulled about 9 big fire trucks out there and tested them over 2 solid days. He wouldn't accept a penny. And Charles, I just want to tell you, I don't know where you're listening tonight, buddy, but I just want you tell you thank you, and I want all the people in Miller County to know that it's folks like you, the little things that you do like that, that helps make our poor little old fire department keep going from one year to the next. We appreciate it, man, and I just wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank you publicly where everybody would know, because you don't never want no credit for nothing, but I wanted to give it to you. That's a good
Good
man.
stuff.
That's the way he is. That's another trait of true Southern people. If they can help you, they'll help you. And
That's
not
exactly right.
anything in the world back in return. And to our producer there tonight, Cody, if you will, did Marvin give you a picture of some turnip greens? If he did, put them up there on tell a little story on turnip greens. Charles always has he's the guy with the squash that the squash got killed. There's his turnip greens and his mustard greens and his collard greens right now. That was taken, I think, today or either yesterday. I think that was yesterday. Now that's his green
Wow.
patch right there, and he's gonna have greens. And Charles Pickle is he is one of the best farmers ever lived in Miller County, Georgia. His daddy was, and he is. He knows how to grow these little old crops, but it brings him pleasure just to be able to do that in his little old patch right there. And they don't tell how many people can eat off of that right there. No
That's
telling
right.
how many people can get fed off of that right there. And when he gets done with them in a few days from now, he's gonna turn the patch over to y'all. And I will let y'all know. Don't go out there and start pulling up his greens now, because he's in the green business. He sells green, but he'll let us know. And he's done it every year. Every year he grows a garden like that. And he'd have done the same thing with them squash this year if the frost hadn't killed him. But that's the kind of folks we are now. And any of y'all up there on Martha's Vineyard that are listening or looking in, any of you Democrats out there, this is how it's done right here now. You can feed your family on stuff just like that.
Rick,
Right? And
you
you
reckon anybody on Martha's Vineyard know what a mustard green
They don't
is?
know what a collard green or a mustard or nothing is. They don't know what none of it is. But they feel it. He's smarter than we are. They are he's smarter than what we are down here.
Yeah.
Many times
And
over.
Rojo talking about Charles and Pam brought us that. And I'm gonna tell you what, Charles and Pam probably was in Albany. Rojo lives in Albany. Cindy Phillips' man, she lives in Albany. They probably went up there to the doctor and they took her some squash that they had picked before the frost came. So they took her some squash. And they always do stuff like that. I mean, this is the kind of people we are. And you liberals don't understand this. Y'all have never been able to conceptualize this, that what we do and how we are. We had a guy came down here from Chicago that directed the swamp gravy play. And y'all know what the swamp gravy was all about. Going out and gathering our stories from our community and putting them in a play form in a theater in an old abandoned cotton warehouse. He came down here. He was from Chicago, Illinois, and he was determined that we were a bunch of white racists. And he stayed down here. He came back and forth several years before he ever halfway understood what we were about. I think he got a portion of it, but he never really got the whole story because he wasn't from here. He didn't understand it. But that was what he came down. He was going to come down here. I think his purpose was to come down here and expose us for the racist and the white supremacists and the oppressors that the white people in this part of the country were. And he failed miserably on that. He was a good director. He could bring it out. And we had a playwright. She was from Tennessee that we could tell her. They tell her the stories, and she could make a story out of it that you could put on the stage. But anyway, if people don't understand us, and that's what gets me with all of these people. Everything's a phobia. We all phobia. We Islamophobia, homophobia, everything. We all these phobias. No, we're not. No, we're not. We tend to our business and we let other people tend to their business. That's what we do down here. That's how we are. And all you people up there that in the north, especially, and in these exclusive enclaves where you live behind gates in your neighborhood. We got wide open streets here. I go anywhere in Concord, Georgia that I want to drive up and down the street. I go to any store, anywhere I want to. I ain't worried about nobody jumping on me. I ain't worried about it because I know them. I know who they are. If I see somebody that I know is sideways, I leave them alone. I go the other way, or I tell somebody. I say, "You got a cat out there in the parking lot that's bothering folks. They hitting them up for money in a threatening manner." And you know what he did? You know what he does? The guy at the grocery store. You know what he does? The manager. He goes up there and tells him, "said If you don't get away from him in about 2 minutes, I'm fixing to call the sheriff, and we fixing to lock you up." And he's gone.
He's gone, ain't he? Yeah.
And that's what we do. Nobody does. Nobody does all this stuff what they claim that we do. We don't do that. That's not the people that we are.
Yeah.
We are just people. We just want to live and let live. That's what we want. And if y'all would leave us alone, and please do not move here. If you from Detroit or Chicago or San Francisco or somewhere like that, and you're gonna come down here and you're gonna bring all of that mush in your head with you, stay where you are. This is not the place for you to be.
We might offend them.
Let me tell you one more story. Then I'm gonna let y'all talk a little bit. We had a guy. I met him in Cotton Hall down there. This was like last year, I think. They had a little gathering there at Cotton Hall, and it was some kind of. It might have been a couple of years ago, but anyway, it was some of the local politicians were coming in, and they had a little get together there, and we were invited because everybody was invited. But there was a guy from Los Angeles, California.
Oh,
Los Angeles, California. Him and his family. They had moved here from Los Angeles. Moved to Concord, Georgia, and I said, and you know how I do. I said, "Hey man, where y'all from? Well, what's your name? I'm Billy Kimball. I'm Floyd Big Lord, whatever." I said, "Here I am." I said, "How'd y'all wind up in Concord, Georgia?" Very, very, intelligent sounding speaking people. He said, "We got on the internet," and I don't know if it's a true story or not, but it's a great story. He said, "We got on the internet and we typed in a place in the United States of America that is totally different than Los Angeles, California, and Concord, Georgia popped up."
That's the biggest compliment we ever been paid.
That's why we moved here. And they did. They bought Sonny Grove's house out there. You know who I'm talking about, don't you, Craig?
Yeah.
They bought Sonny Grove's house out there. And he's got a family. He said, "Man," I had to get out of there. I had to get. But please, if you listen tonight, Mr. Los Angeles, please do not bring that Los Angeles mentality with you. Why don't you adapt? Why don't you assimilate into our culture and into our society, and you will get along great. But ain't nobody gonna go out there and burn it down or nothing like that. We don't do that.
That must be a true story because I done heard it 2 or 3 times that's what they said happened. So what really happened.
What he said.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he said.
You don't think Martha's Vineyard residents would be interested in moving to Concord, Georgia?
We're not good enough for them.
Well, we ain't interested in them.
We're not nearly. They would rather, in Martha's Vineyard, they would rather move to New York City than move down here. And I hope they do. That's where I want them to go.
Because if they moved down here, see, we'd have to culturize them.
Oh.
We'd have to teach them culture. We'd have to.
Some people you can't teach them. Some people. Have you ever tried to train a bird dog that didn't have no sense? He ain't gonna hunt birds. He ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna hunt. He gonna jump right in the middle of every one of them, and then he gonna go right over there. And if you got a group of people around you, he gonna get right in front of you and take a big crap. That's what he's gonna do. That's the bird.
Yeah.
So that's their men. Some of these folks would admit you can't train them.
Cause see, if they come here with all that crap that they put on up there, we're not gonna put up with that down here. Mm-hmm. Not in Concord, Georgia. We're gonna send them on their merry little way, and we just ain't gonna do it. We got standards down here, and you either meet them or you don't.
I tell you what, let's do, boys. Let's see if we can get our producer there, if you will, throw us up somebody we can talk about, somebody that advertises with us and spends hard-earned money with us, so we get our message out to them. Throw us up there, and we'll talk about them, Cody. There you go, right there, Ziggy B's. I was in there today, and let me tell you, I'm gonna throw something else in here with you. Now we got something else with the Ziggy B deal there too. We got the elderberry syrup. If you got a picture of that, Cody, put that up there. But I'm gonna tell you all about that. That's it right there. They now selling that right there, that elderberry syrup, and it's more like a tonic than it is a syrup. But they sell it right in there at Ziggy B's, and they were telling me about it, and I said, "What elderberry?" I said, "I don't know nothing about elderberry." I said, "Oh, Floyd said it's the greatest thing ever been." I said, "It's good. It's got antioxidants in it, and it's got all kinds of vitamins and minerals." And they were giving a testimony on it about how good the effects of it, the medicinal effects of it is. But anyway, we went in there today at Ziggy B's, put our fish back up there. But me and Marvin both. Marvin showed up over about the time I was getting my elderberry syrup tonic there. But they got the elderberry tonic that's good. Y'all look up elderberry, the positive effects of elderberry, and you go by Ziggy B's Seafood Market right there and pick it up. And while you are in there, you can get you a whole pan of mullet roll if you want some. You can get you a whole sack of the fresh, good, clean, fresh Cedar Key oyster. You can get you some good shrimp. You can get you some lobster tail. You can get you some mullet. You can get you some catfish. She's got it all in there. Y'all go see them over there at Ziggy B. Go get you some fish and then get you some of that elderberry syrup, which is I call it the elderberry tonic. Nadine ain't been feeling good. He ain't been feeling good for the last couple of days. And I brought that stuff in a while ago. This afternoon, I brought it in. I said, "Here, try you some of this. Take a shot of this." She took a shot, and I took a shot of it. And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm feeling better. She says she's feeling better. That stuff is miraculous, what they say. But y'all go see Ziggy B's right there. Y'all won't never regret going in there and buying you some fresh seafood and some elderberry syrup. Thank you, Coach. All right, what you got there? Go with that, Jolly.
All right, that is the place to enjoy Sunday dinner. The big buffet at Moby Dick restaurant, just outside of Colquitt. Well, in Colquitt on 27, just a little north of the Spring Creek. You won't find a better tasting or better quality as far as the number of items on the menu. You won't find anything any bigger or better than you will at the Moby Dick. Now, they have buffets during the week, but on Sunday, it's as they say, the big show. They got every kind of meat and vegetable you can think of, a great salad bar, actually 2 or 3 different salad bars to choose from, and a great selection of desserts, including their delicious, I'm talking about the best homemade nanner pudding you'll put in your mouth. It's all at Moby Dick, 27 Colquitt, Georgia. Check them out this week and this weekend.
Put a nut up there, Cody. Go with that, Jolly.
Oh boy, you know I kind of feel bad about it. I get all the eating establishments except for Ziggy B's, but you won't find any better barbecue anywhere in the country than you will at the intersection of 3 Notch and US 231 in Troy, Alabama. Up there on Saturday, got some great ribs, got some pulled pork barbecue, had that while we were sitting there. Also had some great sides like the beans, the stew, the slaw, and hold it up right there. This was coming off the grill as Jess and I were sitting there eating, and went out there and I got me a slab to go and some chicken to go. Now in the pot, you cannot. In fact, Brandon told me somebody asked him, "Do you use pork in your greens?" He said, "You can't have greens without having pork." And he was cooking down a big pot of collards that was going to be on the menu on Sunday. Look at the pork in there. Floyd, he had a half a hog in that pot with the greens.
Man, that's
delicious food. You cannot beat it. Check out the barbecue. Get some to go, sit there and eat it, whatever you want to do. But they are doing the business there at Outlaws Bus and Barbecue, 3 Notch and US 231, right there in the intersection. If you put the address on there on your fact finder thing, it'll take you somewhere downtown Troy, but it's right there on 231 and of course the intersection 231 and 3 Notch, Troy, Alabama. Check them out this week.
Please.
Yes, sir. Well, we've been telling y'all about them. We've been telling y'all about them a long time. Phillips Auto Parts. It's been a tradition in Colquitt for many, many, many years. And Johnny and Key bought this place and continued that auto parts tradition with all them good parts and all them lubricants and oils. And Miss Key's got all kind of gifts in there for a good gift for the wives and gift shop material, whatever you might need for that. Any kind of parts you need for a tractor, a car, a truck, whatever it is you need, they got it. They got any kind of vehicle accessory, all these toolboxes and these lights and running boards and anything you need for your pickup truck, they got it. If they ain't got it, they can get it and they can get it quick. And here's the thing: these folks appreciate your business. They take it personal when you walk in the door. They want to do the absolute very best job they can to satisfy you and to make you happy, and they won't stop until they do. They also have those world famous Floyd B. Lloyd rabbit pellet grills. They sell more by the name of Floyd B. Lloyd rabbit pellet grills than they do the Green Mountain name. But that's them right there. That thing right there, you can put them rabbit pellets in there. They got all different flavors of rabbit pellets. You can put them things in there and you put your slab of ribs on there and set that thing about 200 degrees and about 5 hours later come back and man, you talk about something good. It's getting Thanksgiving time. You wanna smoke a turkey or smoke a ham. You ought to try it. If you ain't never tried one on a pellet grill, you ought to try it. They got one of the best pellet grills made, that Green Mountain. Floyd B. Lloyd, official, certified, bona fide rabbit pellet grill. And then next door, the brand new building they just opened up, the one where you see those two beautiful American flags flying in front of, man, let me tell you something, the Holstered Nine. I had a guy, one of my firefighters, come in the office this week, and he told me that the ammunition was going sky high. He said it was already high. Now it's out of reach high. And he said you can't find it. He said you just can't hardly find ammunition anymore. They buying it up. I don't know if they sending it overseas. I don't know what they're doing with it, but as fast as they make it, they sell it. And he had been looking everywhere for some ammunition. Guess where he found it? The Holstered Nine. Walked in there and they had it and had the best price that he had found online on catalogs that he had been able to call. If they had it, they could have sold it for this price, and the Holster 9 had it and sold it cheaper than they had it. They got any kind of gun you want. If you got an old gun, an old heirloom that means something to you, they can restore it for you. They can answer any question you got about a gun repair, whatever you want. Good people. Go see Johnny and Key Coffee right there on 27, just south of town. Right there. You can't miss it. It's right there where them two American flags are. Go see them. They appreciate you coming by.
There we are, KWG Plumbing. Y'all know our man Kenneth Wayne Garner. KWG Plumbing. If it ain't flowing, he'll keep it going. And if it's flowing somewhere you don't want it flowing, he'll send it the other way. Y'all see Kenneth Wayne Garner. He's a master Alabama license. He's licensed in Alabama, master plumber. Georgia, licensed in Georgia, master plumber, licensed in Georgia. 24-hour service. Busy. He's been doing projects all week. I'm going to get Kenny Wayne on the phone. Marvin's not here, but I'm going to get him on the phone. We're going to get him to kind of give us an update there on his fishing and his hunting. Hey, Kenny Wayne, how you doing, man?
Yes, sir. Doing good. How y'all tonight?
Man, we fine. Floyd, Marvin ain't with us tonight, Kenny Wayne, so you're going to have me tonight to talk to. But I want you to kind of enlighten us in on what's been going on with you this last week, Kenny Wayne.
Yes, sir, man. Been trying to get a little work done, trying to work up and put some money in the pocket where I can be able to buy me some boat motor gas and fish bait.
Yeah, you got to have that. Yeah, they ain't nobody gonna give you no gas, and they sure ain't gonna give you no fish bait. Well, have you been fishing any?
Well, I haven't been fishing this week. We had an emergency repipe we had to do for a customer, so it took up all my time this week. But I'm planning on going this weekend.
You are. What you gonna do? What you gonna be looking for?
Big catfish.
Big old cat like that 45-pounder you caught not long ago.
Yeah, we caught a 45-pounder a week and a half ago.
Yeah, I know. You done got him cut up and got him froze, ain't you?
Yeah, we're going to fry him up Saturday. I'm having a family reunion with my kinfolks down in Bainbridge, and we're going to fry him up.
What about your pa-in-law? He going to be there?
Well, it's on my mother's side.
There you go. That'd be a good deal. Yeah. Get him on the rerun there. Get him on the to read on that. You know what I'm talking about. Well, look at here. What about deer season? What about the hunting season and all that? How's that coming?
My son, he done got 2 does, and my daughter got 1. So we started off pretty good with that.
Man, you're gonna have to buy some more freezer lockers, son, to put all that stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
Good. No, ain't nothing like a man working. He work hard, he plays hard, he sees after his folks. They gonna have something to eat. Now, when and if, no, it ain't gonna be no if, but when them ragheads in Iran over there shoot a missile over here and knock everything out, I'm coming to your house, man, because I know you gonna have something to eat.
Yeah, I'll feed y'all, man. Shoot, yeah, man. I'd be glad to feed y'all.
Y'all hear that? That's what folks down here do. That's what I've been trying to tell these folks tonight, Kenny Wayne, about who we are. Kenny Wayne, I talked to one of your customers, ran up with him the other day in the Indian store, the potato store here in Carpet, where there's no other, for that. And anyway, it was frying chicken. He gave him some chicken boxes to go home. He feed his family and all. He said, man, he said, I tell you what, he said, Floyd, he said, me and my wife, we don't never miss y'all on Thursday night. I said, please, yes, sir. Well, and he was bragging on you, Kenneth Wayne. He said, I called one of y'all sponsors. I called him. I had an emergency at my house. He said he come out here and got me squared away, done fantastic work. Now that's him telling me. I wasn't trying to glean this information. He was volunteering it, Kenneth Wayne. So you're doing a good job, man, and we're proud of you, one of our sponsors. And
yes, sir. We strive for customer satisfaction, honesty, and integrity.
That's it. That's all you need, right? Hey, South Georgia style right there, man. Well, Kenneth Wayne, I appreciate you tuning in to us tonight, and I appreciate you. Go catch some fish, man, and we'll talk about some fish next week. How about that?
Catch some fish and go hunting again. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Love you. See you.
Yes, sir. Right.
There you have it right there. That's the real deal. Go ahead, John.
I don't think Kenneth Wayne will be buying any fish bait if he had a bunch of young'uns to bring to the National Goober Grab over here in Dothan. You can't. You have to do without food and everything to take folks to the fair this year.
How much it costs to get in the gate?
It costs you a $10 bill for the privilege of
citizen discount.
That's everybody. That's everybody.
Just to walk in the gate.
$5 and under, I think, get in. Yeah, that's what it costs you if you want. And I think the corn dogs is $5 a hit now. Drinks are $3 a hit.
If you want one for more than that, they need to get Marvin to come over and help him. He sells his drinks for $5 a piece at the bar.
What?
Yeah.
Marvin hits from $5. They need to get some lessons from Marvin.
You ever seen one of Marvin's snow cones?
No.
Marvin he take a snow cone, he pile up that snow
and an eyedropper of flavor.
Yeah, and it's got 2 drops of flavor on it.
Uh-huh.
He tell folks say, well, it don't. So they said I want a cherry one, so they'll put them little 2 drops on there, and they say, well, it don't look like cherry. And Marvin tells he said, well, it's got the taste, but it's just invisible. So you get clear. It tastes is clear.
Well, so got an invisible taste.
Yeah,
I'm not making fun, but it just. If you were, say, a family of 5, you had 3 kids.
That's $50 to get in.
Boy, he doing that arithmetic. You ciphering better than Jethro Bodine on that. But the ride, if you got 3 kids, they got a ride, right? Huh?
Yeah.
An armband on Saturday to ride is $40. So you look at a $50 a piece hit. For a kid,
that's $200.
I'm looking up there. He say a Polish sausage dog is $12 and a turkey leg is $20.
You gotta have it.
What I was talking about a while ago. Marjorie Taylor Greene jumping on Pete. I mean that's unnecessary. How can Pete take his husband and his child to the fair?
I ain't gonna be able to.
He can't, because that family of 4 done spent, that Charlie talking about, done spent $250 and ain't ate nothing yet.
They ain't got 10 feet.
They ain't ate nothing yet.
Bottle of water is $3. That's about the cheapest thing you can get out there to nourish yourself with is a bottle of water for $3.
And I bet they lock you up if they thought you go
to was supposed to be for the community, like an event that you could go to, an appreciation type deal from the peanut farmers and all that. That don't make no sense, that child. I
No,
don't think
no.
no peanut farmers got nothing to do with that thing no more, do they?
They they hadn't had for except a few that get on the board out there. You know
Oh,
the
I got you.
you gotta have you in Houston County, Alabama. Everything is run by a board or a committee. You understand?
Wait a minute now. Marvin's
That,
on the
that
board. Don't be easy now.
huh?
Marvin's on the board. He's on that conclave, that board they got tonight. Don't be cut down on my buddy now. I
I'm
got to
talking
take up
about,
for him.
but he ain't in Houston County, Alabama either.
We don't know where he's at. He didn't tell us where he was going. He might be over there.
Well, it what it does, it sucks a lot of money out of the economy, not only in Dothan, but in Colquitt. I imagine if you went and talked to some folks in Colquitt, they would tell you the week before, the week of, and the week after, the money is down. The
Yeah.
intake of money
Well,
is down because folks, and folks want to have a good time. That's fine, but I just can't see throwing money up a hog's rear end like you do out there.
$12 for a Polish sausage dog, man. Please.
when we used to have the little old fair come to Colquitt, I don't think we got no fair no more. But used to be when I was in business and we had the fair come the week of the fair, you didn't get paid. Everything was on credit that week, and they carry it to the next week because they go down there and but and let the children enjoy the fair and do all that kind of stuff. But I don't know it. I don't even think we got a fair. We ain't big enough for a fair no more. You gonna have to go to Dothan or somewhere like that.
They need to keep the fair in Dothan and Albany. That's where folks need to go to the fair. We don't need no
I
fair.
agree.
We don't need no fair. Folks, okay, anybody go to the fair in Colquitt, they can drive to Dothan and go to the fair. They can drive to Albany. I guarantee you, they got enough money. They can go do that.
Oh yeah.
Y'all, let's wind this thing on up here, man. That time's running.
At that time,
Put us up there. Put old Bear Hill up there, if you will, Cody. You got anything else, Queasel?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
I'm good.
We'll finish it off after a while. Throw Bear Hill up there, Cody. Floyd's List of Impossibilities. Sponsored.
I was gonna give you an introduction.
Oh, well, you do the introduction.
Man, I am a professional announcer, and I was gonna give you ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. If you are liberal, you might want to go somewhere else because Floyd is in the house. Floyd B. Lloyd has got a list of impossibilities, and we're sponsored by Berry Hill Auctions. Let me tell you, when we say list of impossibilities, you weigh the evidence when he puts it out there. These are things that can never, ever, ever, under any circumstance, happen again. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Floyd B. Lloyd.
That's pretty good, Charlie.
Floyd's impossibility.
Yeah.
Throw the camera on me now, Cody. I got to look. I got to have the facial expressions and the delivery. I have to deliver. Thank you, Cody. You're doing a great job, Cody. We got what's that? Cody. What's his last name? He ain't Wild Bill Cody, is it? What's his name? Anyway, he's doing a show for us tonight while Marvin is on tour. Floyd List of Impossibilities. Impossibility. And any of y'all that got any argument about this ain't nothing but the truth. Ain't nothing. We don't tell nothing on here that can't be substantiated. Now, very few places are you gonna hear that. You sure ain't gonna hear it on news. Impossibility that any human being on earth can be any more devious and anti-American than Barry Barack Hussein Obama.
Amen.
Ain't nobody no more devious than him. Oh, but he can read a teleprompter. Ooh, and he got his britches creased. That's why you voted for him. Oh, look at the crease in his pants. Yeah, y'all smart people. It's an impossibility. Y'all listen to me. Impossibility. Any two people on the planet can be any more irrelevant than Harry and Meghan. If you
I say,
what have they ever done? I'm gonna tell you what her claim to fame was. She was on that show about the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or whatever. She was one of the 24 briefcase holders with her bosom sticking out and her teeth all capped and white and shiny and gleaming and all that makeup on and had them F me pumps on. That was her. That was her right there. That's her. And he's done nothing. He has absolutely done nothing. Impossibility for MSNBC or CNN to exist without Donald J. Trump.
Hey.
Turn them on sometime and watch them. Nothing but Trump. Nothing but Trump. It ain't nothing that Joe Biden done. No, well, he's the greatest thing ever. Okay. Here's the impossibility that this is total impossibility that when two or more Baptist preachers get together, there will not be a spread of food.
That go for free will too.
Free will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Free will. Yeah. Free will. I know free. I'm free will. That's where I was dipped to free will.
So what you saying is wherever Marvin is tonight, they eat.
There's some chicken there, I guarantee you.
Okay, here's an impossibility. And I would be remiss. I would be remiss if I didn't include our friend Pete Buttigieg. I got two impossibilities on Pete Buttigieg tonight. I won't save the best one for last. This one is the impossibility that Pete Buttigieg will be having Thanksgiving dinner at Marjorie Taylor Greene's. Okay. Here's the last one. I think I'm gonna save Pete this one for the La Grande finale. It's the impossibility that Joe Biden can go 8 hours without having a bowel evacuation in his defense. Impossible. Okay. Impossibility. Hold on just a second. I got
This one must be pretty good.
Nothing but the truth. It is an impossibility that Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg, easy now, y'all. Just bear with me now. Nothing but the truth. It's an impossibility that Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg will ever be more than 10 feet away from a jar of Vaseline petroleum jelly.
Woo! Are you all right, Queasel?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, man.
I don't think I need to explain that one to any of y'all.
No.
I see these names up here on the side over here that's watching. The preacher, Reverend Thomas, Reverend Marvin has just piped in. Easy now, Lord. That's Marvin. That's
Reverend.
What it says.
Woo!
That's it for Floyd's list of impossibility. I'm done. That's it.
Oh, man.
Lay it on, baby. I'm telling you.
And we got a weather forecast.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
I need to. Whoa, here we go. You know, going to and from Flat Creek and into Colquitt and different places over there, I got a question. I want some of y'all to work on it. You Floyd, Queasel, Marvin ain't even got a rain gauge. He can't do nothing. But I want to know how many creeks over there are actually running anymore because of this drought. I noticed Sunday, at least 4 creeks didn't have a drop of water in them. That's how serious this thing is. So let's hope and pray hard that 30% pays off tomorrow, over 50% on Saturday, 40% on Sunday. the good news is, thank the good Lord, we got at least some chances of it coming back, and we flat show need it, folks. It's a mess. Up to a 60% chance, I believe I see on Wednesday, and temperatures going to drop back off to be more seasonable about what they should be for this time of the year. We thank y'all, folks, for watching. We love y'all. This is just something that got started during the COVID administration, where the four of us got together, because that was the way we got together and had fun, and just visiting with us, and we included y'all in it, and y'all seem, a lot of you seem to like it. We appreciate that. Pray for this nation. Pray for Israel. A lot of things going on there. A lot of things can blow up at any time. Book says it's gonna blow up. So you better be particular. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. Be particular for Marvin in a little bit early. Be particular in what you do, where you go. And Floyd will tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. But pray for this country. Pray for one another. Queasel, it's all yours right now.
Thank you, Charlie. Hey, it's good to be back with y'all. I've been gone a couple of weeks, had some commitments, things that I had to do, but it's so good to be back. We are in a mess. We in a mess. But here's the thing: you can't let it get you can't let it get you down, because if your life is where it needs to be with the Lord, we got better things to look for. We got better time to come. There ain't nothing they can do to hurt us. There ain't nothing they can do to get us. We've done. We serve a God that's overcome the world. They tried everything they could do to kill him, but the ground couldn't hold him. It tried, but it couldn't hold him. So we ain't got a lot to worry about there. In all the worst and the bad it is, we got so much to be thankful for. Thanksgiving season's coming up. Be here on, right around the corner, a couple of weeks. So we need to remember that. But we all got something to be thankful for. We all know people that ain't as blessed as we are too. So we need to remember them. And every time you get a chance to, I hope y'all was listening to Floyd all throughout the night. Floyd had a thread going all throughout the night about what we do in Southwest Georgia, Southeast Alabama, Northwest Florida. We down here where people help one another, and that's what we do. We look after one another. We don't tend to one another's business, but when somebody's down, we help them out. And that's what we are. And that's what we want to do. That's the message that we want to get out, that we're all in this thing together. We can't tell y'all how much it honors us that y'all think enough of us to let us spend an hour or so with you every Thursday night. Every now and then, I'm gonna be honest with you. Every now and then, I kind of feel like, well, I think we're wearing out our welcome, and I go somewhere, and like the last 2 Thursday nights that I wasn't on the show, I bet you I had at least 24 people both nights tell me how much they love this show, and they're gonna miss me being on the show, and some of them left last week. Some folks left early that they go so they could see the show, and it means a lot to us to know that y'all think enough of us to let us come in. We ain't gonna do nothing but tell you the truth. Now it might. Sometimes the truth is hard, ain't it, Floyd? Sometimes you have to tell it. Sometimes you have to tell it like it is. But that's what we're gonna do. We promised y'all we'd always tell you the truth. But the 2 things you can count on. If the good Lord's willing, we're gonna be here. And the other is, we love you and we appreciate every one of you. And I agree with Charlie. Pray for this nation. Pray for Israel. I don't really know how to pray for what's going on in Israel, but I know the man that knows how to pray. And the Bible teaches that when we don't know how to pray, that the Holy Spirit can pray for us. So I promise you, none of this is caught the Lord by surprise. He knows what's going on. But the last thing I want to do is I want to ask you to do this. I have been impressed with this new Speaker of the House we got, Speaker Johnson. He is not ashamed of his faith. He stands up for it. He lets it be known who he is, that he is a born again Christian, that he lives to serve the Lord Jesus Christ, that he wants to see love dominate the operations and the management of the government in the United States. And if we could just get to that point, we wouldn't have none of these problems. So I challenge everybody out there, let's pray for him because he is one of the few that's up there that's do it. Let's pray that the Lord will empower him and continue to guide him and lead him. Because you see, if you think about it just for a second, and I don't want to get too deep in this, but they had a hard time. They couldn't get a speaker. They couldn't get a speaker. They couldn't get a speaker. And then all of a sudden, they have one that all come together on. There might be a little bit of divine intervention in there somewhere. Don't know that. It's just my opinion. I love you. Appreciate y'all. Floyd, take us home.
Yes, sir. Thank you very kindly, Queasel. I want to give y'all a little. Go ahead, Charlie. You got something you?
I want to make sure we thank Cody for his efforts here tonight because he has he sat out there and took Marvin's place and done an awesome job with it. So, Cody, I don't know where you are working from, but thank you for putting us on tonight. We appreciate it, Floyd.
Amen. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Weasel. I just want to remind people about what's going to be happening here in Cockle, Georgia, this coming Saturday at 11 o'clock. Every year on November the 11th at 11 o'clock, 11, we honor our veterans. We honor our military people. It used to be called Armistice Day because that's the date, I think, in World War I that the armistice was signed at 11 at 11 o'clock. And that's the day we honor our military veterans. We honor our men that have men and women that have served this nation to protect us and to give us the freedoms. Some of them, they gave their life that we got our freedoms that we have right now. So Cockwood, Georgia is going to have, we always have a program every November the 11th at 11 o'clock on the square in Cockwood, Georgia. It'll be an impressive ceremony. Come out and support these guys and just give thanks for what they've done, and if you see any military veteran anywhere, thank him for his service because it wasn't easy for what they done, for what they had to sacrifice and do. Leave you with this. Always exercise your Second Amendment rights. Always exercise your Second Amendment rights wherever you go. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Watch what's going on around you. Look this way, look that way, look that way. Know where you are and know who's around you. And stand your ground. If anybody comes at you in any kind of threatening manner or whatever, you stand your ground. You have the right to protect yourself. And surround yourself with like-minded people who think like you do and act like you do. Surround yourself with those kind of people. You're going to interact with other kinds of people, but if you surround yourself with like-minded people, you'll be okay. And tonight, when you lay down in that bed, that good cool bed with that fan blowing on you or whatever you want blowing, the heater blowing, whatever you comfortable and you fix to go to sleep, before you start that, you start thanking God. The God I'm talking about the God that created the heavens and the earth and created us and everything on the earth. I'm not talking about Allah. I'm not talking about Buddha. I'm talking about the only God that exists. Start thanking him for what he's done for you today, and you'll go to sleep and you'll still be thanking him. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll see y'all next week. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. We'll see y'all next week, same time, same place. Good to see y'all. And whatever you do in life, remember this. Always be particular. Let's see y'all.
See y'all.
Good night.